LaQuinta.
Weaver.
Oh my God. Oh, the man, the myth, and the legend's daughter. How are you
Yes.
doing, sweetheart?
I am good. How are you?
I'm amazing. Thank you for taking the time to come and speak with me. Now, how do you know Dr. Eva Quint Weaver?
He's my father.
Wow. So listen, I have ran down this man's history, his story, and how does it feel, first of all, to be the daughter, the only child, blood child of Dr. Eva Quint Weaver?
Um, Overwhelming.
Hmm, talk about
Very
it.
overwhelming.
And when you say overwhelming, what do you mean?
He's in the spotlight, so I'm in the spotlight.
Mm,
They know him, so they know me. Whether if we're together or not together, it's always, oh, you're Dr. Weaver's daughter.
yeah,
Yeah, I am, but I'm also LaQuinta as well.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That shadow can be a lot to handle for some,
hmm
And how have you coped?
I
All of
like it. I don't mind.
all of these years, you don't mind it?
I don't mind it at all. Um, he keeps God in my life. He keeps me
Yes,
put together. When I actually need true advice, he gives me his advice and the biblical advice.
yes.
Um, yeah, and he keeps my business to himself.
Now, what kind of father is he? Is he a stern father? Is he strict, or is he passive aggressive? What is he?
All of the above.
All of the above.
All of the above.
Hmm.
He's very strict, and he don't think he's strict at all, but he's strict.
So, give me a story of when your dad was strict on you, but and you thought he was being mean, but in the end, you found out and turned it was all for your good.
Singing,
What happened?
singing. He's very strict with that because I wanted him to teach me voice control and teach me how to sing by myself. And he was absolutely no, because you like R&B music and you like this music, and I like church music. And if you're not singing in the choir, then I'm not helping you. So yeah, strict with music. If it's not gospel, he's not helping me.
Wow. Wow. So, how does that make you feel?
Mm, it don't make me feel no type of way, to be honest. It really don't.
Now, all of these years, people have been borrowing pieces of your father, and you met some extremely important people, some very important people. Name some of the people that you were able to come across and rub elbows with and call God dad and God mom just by having your father be Dr. Eva Quint Weaver.
Mm. I love James Hall.
Yes.
I love him so much. And Ricky Dillard. I
Yes.
love Ricky Dillard.
Who else?
Um, oh my goodness. Ty Tribbett. I like Ty Tribbett
You
too.
met
I
him?
met him
Ooh, what was
when
that
I was
like?
young.
Okay.
I don't remember where.
Okay.
Probably Cincinnati.
So you've come
But
across like the Clark sisters. You've come
yes,
across. Have you ever met Shirley Caesar?
if I did, I was young.
If you did, you were young.
If I did, I was
Wow.
young.
So
Yeah.
what is the most memorable moment that you've had during this career of your father?
His 50th anniversary, I actually did a poem for him.
Okay. I wish I could have you bring it. I didn't know.
Yeah, I made a poem for him. I think that was my first time like speaking in front of everybody
Mm,
about him.
yeah.
It was more so personal.
Yeah.
Him speaking on our relationship and him speaking on his daughter. But the
Mm.
poem was me speaking on our relationship and my father.
Well, do you have that memorized?
Mm, no,
No. Well, that would have been nice because I was going to ask you to recite
it
it.
was. I know the title was "You're the best dad there could be." I
Wow.
think that was the title of it. Yeah, it
Wow.
was really nice. It was really nice.
So tell me, LaQuinta, what is next? What do you think is next for your father?
Hopefully, his dreams come true.
Hmm.
And well, his dreams already came true.
Absolutely. I was going to ask you,
Yeah,
what are his dreams?
his dreams already came true pretty much,
Hmm.
to sell records, win awards, be on the radio, be on the front and center stage, be the main topic of conversation in different rooms. But I believe that he wants to be bigger than that, like the BET stage,
Yeah.
something like the Sunday's Best, like it used to be. Bobby
Absolutely.
Jones in the morning. We used to watch that
Yes.
show faithfully in the morning.
Everybody was getting ready for church, okay? Watching
Yes,
Bobby
watching
Jones.
Bobby
We was
Jones.
late because we was watching
Watching
Bobby
Bobby
Jones.
Jones.
All right, now understand. Now listen, your father has an eclectic, a different way of delivering God's music.
Yes.
What is your take on him? Because he's your father, but he's so
Mhm.
different. What is your
Yeah.
take on this?
He's very creative. So if he's redoing someone else's song, it sounds like it's his own song. And the more
Absolutely.
that we learn it and we sing it and we record it, and I listen to the regular version, the original version, I'm like, oh, I didn't know this was a song, but I like our version better. We call that him weaverizing a song.
Weaverizing, my
Yes,
God.
weaverizing a
That is a
song.
acronym. That is a whole phrase made up
Yep,
just for him. Listen, I don't know no other person that is more deserving than Dr. Eva Quint
of course,
Weaver.
he works so hard.
He does. He's one of the hardest working men in show business. Um, so tell me,
Hmm.
what is your best memory just with you and your dad?
Just with us two.
Just you 2.
Our weekends that we had together. So
Mm-hmm.
like when I was younger, I stayed with my mom
Okay.
majority of the time, but our weekends was always like I don't want to go home on Sundays. Every weekend was always something, church, us making music, me having to listen to the whole album before it even comes out, his
Yes.
scripts, his scraps, talking about it. Everything is always about his career.
Yeah.
And I actually like that.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's amazing in itself because some children of stars are disgruntled, if you will, because of them
Mm-hmm.
having to share their parent all their
Yes.
lives.
Or rebellious.
Absolutely, definitely
Yes.
rebellious. You know what I mean? So I salute you and I
Yeah.
honor you. You are an amazing daughter. Now let's talk about when he won this Emmy, when he got the Emmy on stage. What was that like for you? What was going through your mind?
I want to say which Emmy.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, we're talking
which
about the
which
Emmy that's
one?
sitting on my table in there. Okay.
Ugh,
That
which
Emmy.
Emmy?
When he won that Emmy with his family on stage, what were
Mm-hmm.
you thinking?
Finally,
Right.
like finally, he's seen, he's heard, he's appreciated,
Wow.
and he's understood.
Yes.
Because so many people, no shade, has passed him
Absolutely.
when he's done a lot more work and a lot more
Yeah.
praying
Yeah.
and staying in his prayer closet.
Yeah.
It was like finally.
That's called being unsung. When you've done some things and you haven't gotten as far as your work says you should be,
Mm-hmm.
that's being unsung. And I
Yes,
feel like Dr. Eva Quint Weaver is one of the most unsung heroes in the history of gospel music. He is a pioneer and he stands alone by himself. And LaQuinta, I just want to thank you for coming and taking this time and speaking with me.
of course.
Now, I have a couple more questions. What do you have any fears about your dad being in the gospel industry at this point? What are your pet peeves? What makes you upset when people about your father?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
I hate when people play over my dad
yeah,
because he got a good heart
yeah,
and he
absolutely.
has one intention, and that's just to praise God.
Yes,
Other people have different agendas,
yes.
different
Come on,
intentions, and I hate when people play over him. It
absolutely.
happened before, and I was too young. But
Mm.
when I turned 18, I told my daddy, like, listen, I've listened to a lot. Now I'm going to start speaking on a lot.
Okay.
And he's so fearful of that. But that's my pet peeve: him being played over or taken advantage of. That's a huge pet peeve
Yeah,
because I'm gonna have to hear all of
definitely,
that,
definitely.
behind closed doors, and I'm gonna still have to see them in person and still have the same grace with them.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
so that's a pet peeve of mine for sure.
All right. Now listen, if you could describe your father in 3 words, What would those three words be? Go.
He's faithful,
Mm-hmm.
he's a unicorn,
Mm.
and he's a mastermind.
Woo!
Those are three good ones that I can come up with right now.
Best description of
Yes.
2023. All right. Now, what do you
Yeah.
want to say to your father? What do you want him to know?
I would like for him to know that if he don't do nothing else, he already done enough. If he don't do nothing else, he's already done enough. Whether people appreciate him or not, his name will always be in somebody's history.
I thank you.
Of course.
One more, send a special message to him. It's his birthday.
Happy birthday. Don't get any older, okay? Stay where you are.
Love you, LaQuinta.
Love you too.